I was mistreated my whole life because of my special sister. She now tried walking down the aisle at my wedding, and I finally got payback. Growing up, my sister Brianna was the golden child. And I mean golden. When I was 7, I saved up birthday money for months to buy this doll I wanted. The day I brought it home, Brianna threw a tantrum saying she wanted it. My parents made me give it to her because she's more sensitive and needs extra love. I cried for hours. They grounded me for making Brianna feel bad with my crying. At 13, I got straight A's for the first time. My parents took me and Brianna to celebrate at the restaurant. Brianna picked with the cake flavor Brianna liked, even though I hate chocolate. When I asked why my achievement party was all about her, my dad said I was being selfish and ungrateful. Brianna smirked at me the whole dinner. At 16, I worked after school for 8 months and saved $2,000 for a used car. My parents found my savings envelope hidden in my closet and took it. They used my money to pay for Brianna's driving lessons and insurance because she needed a car more than me since she had anxiety about taking the bus. When I begged for it back, they said, "Family helps family." I didn't get a single dollar back. Brianna got her license and a car while I took the bus for 2 more years. Every single time, Brianna came first. I stopped expecting anything different. Fast forward 10 years. I'm engaged to the most amazing guy, Logan. I didn't want Brianna in the wedding at all, but my parents called me crying. "If Brianna isn't the maid of honor, we're not coming. We'll tell the whole family you excluded your sister on purpose." I caved because I didn't want the drama. Biggest mistake of my life. During rehearsal, Brianna started her comments. "White isn't really your color. You'd look better in cream or maybe blush. This song's too slow for the bridesmaids. It'll drag and bore people." "Oh, and I've been thinking I should walk down the aisle too, right before you. It would look so elegant having both sisters make an entrance. People will love it." I shut her down hard. "No changes. This is my wedding, not yours." She pouted, but I thought that was the end of it. Wedding day arrives. I'm in the bridal suite getting ready when my coordinator rushes in. Panic. "Your sister brought a white dress. Like wedding white. She says it's cream, but it's white. White." I told her to handle it and just keep Brianna away from me until the ceremony. The ceremony starts. My bridesmaids walk down perfectly. Then suddenly the music changes. Not my chosen song. I look up, confused, and Brianna's standing at the back of the aisle in that white dress, holding a bouquet I definitely didn't give her, posing like she's the bride. My parents are in the front row, smiling and filming like this was planned all along. My mom's literally crying happy tears. I'm frozen at the altar. Logan squeezes my hand and whispers, "We've got this." Brianna starts walking, doing this slow princess wave to the guests, stopping to smile at people. She's literally trying to have a bridal moment at my wedding. Some guests look confused. Others are whispering. But here's what none of them knew. Logan's groomsmen were my cousins. The same cousins who watched me get screwed over my entire childhood. The same ones who knew every single story of Brianna getting whatever she wanted, while I got nothing. As Brianna reaches the halfway point, still waving and smiling, my cousin Dan and his brother step directly into the aisle. In perfect sync, they pick her up horizontally like a surfboard. One guy has her shoulders, one has her legs. Brianna starts screaming, "What are you doing? Put me down right now." They don't say a word. They just carry her straight past the shocked guests out the side door and into the parking lot. Her bouquet falls on the ground. The entire church goes dead silent, and someone in the back starts clapping. Then more people join in. Then everyone's clapping and laughing. My parents jump up to chase after her, but my Aunt Helen physically blocks the exit. My dad shoves her shoulder hard, and she stumbles into the pew. That's when my mom starts screaming at me in front of everyone. "You planned this. You always hated her. You're just jealous because we actually love her." People's phones start coming out. My Aunt Helen straightens up and says loudly, "Tell them about the college fund." My mom's face drains of color. My dad grabs her arm, hissing something, but Helen keeps going. "Tell her what you actually did with the money her grandmother left her." My mom's hand flies to her mouth, and I feel my knees go weak because I never knew my grandmother left me anything. Helen's voice cuts through the gasps and murmurs spreading through the church. $15,000. That's what your grandmother left you 8 years ago when she died. Specifically for your college education. It was in her will. I can't breathe. I literally can't breathe. Logan's hand is on my back, steadying me, but the room is spinning. $15,000. 8 years ago. That was right before I started applying to colleges. "That's a lie," my dad says, his voice cracking. He's still gripping my mom's arm, and she's shaking her head like she can make this all disappear. "Helen, you don't know what you're talking about." "I have copies of the will," Helen says, pulling out her phone, "and the bank statements. I kept them because I knew you'd try to hide this. The deposit went into your account with a memo that said, 'For education fund.' Want me to show everyone?" The church is dead silent now. Not even whispers, just people staring. My mom starts crying, like full-on sobbing into her hands. My dad's face is red, his jaw clenched so tight I can see the veins in his neck. Logan steps forward. His voice is calm, but there's steel in it. "Is this true?" My dad opens his mouth, closes it, opens it again. We did what was best for both our daughters." "That's not what I asked," Logan says. "Did you take money that was left specifically for your daughter's education and use it for something else?" My dad's shoulders sag. Brianna needed it more. She had dreams. She wanted to go to art school, a private one, and it was expensive. He looks at me, and I swear I've never hated anyone more in my life. "You were already working. You were fine with community college." Brianna needed the support more because she struggles with anxiety and she needed what I earned. I finally find my voice, and it comes out louder than I meant it to. "She needed the money my grandmother left for me? That's what you're saying right now? In front of everyone?" People are gasping, actually gasping. Someone near the back says, "Oh my God," and I hear phones clicking. They're recording this. They're recording my parents admitting they stole from me. My mom wipes her face and reaches toward me. "Honey, please, we can talk about this at home. You're ruining..." I'm ruining what? I cut her off. My wedding? You mean the wedding Brianna just tried to hijack in a white dress? Or maybe you mean the family? The family that's been lying to me for 8 years? My voice cracks. I got accepted to state. Full scholarship. Do you remember? I turned it down because you said we couldn't afford the housing. You said I needed to stay local and help with bills. But you had $15,000. My mom's face crumbles. We thought, get out. I don't yell it. I say it very calmly, very clearly. Get out of my wedding. Both of you. Right now. My dad's face goes from red to purple. You can't. It's her wedding. Logan's dad stands up from his seat. He's a big guy, and his voice carries. And she just told you to leave, so I suggest you do that before I help you do it. Several of my cousins stand up too. My uncle, Logan's brother. It's like a wall of people suddenly forming, and my parents realize they're outnumbered. My dad grabs my mom's hand and practically drags her toward the exit, but not before my mom turns around one more time. You'll regret this, she hisses. When you need us, when you need family, you'll see that you're being dramatic. Aunt Helen blocks their path one more time. The only thing dramatic here is stealing from your own daughter and then trying to make her feel guilty about it. The doors slam behind them as they leave. That's when Brianna bursts back through the side entrance, her white dress now dirty on one side, her hair a mess. She's crying, mascara running down her face. Did anyone see what just happened to me? I was assaulted. They threw me outside. Someone called the police. But people are still filming. Multiple phones pointed at her, and she sees it. She sees that nobody's coming to help her, that people are smirking, that people are actually laughing. This isn't funny, she screams. My sister's family attacked me. Look at me. She gestures to her dress. This is assault. My cousin Dan's wife stands up. You wore a white dress to your sister's wedding and tried to walk down her aisle. What did you think was going to happen? It's not white. It's ivory. It's cream. It's white, like 6 people say at once. Brianna looks around wildly, searching for an ally. Her eyes land on me, and for a second I see something that might be hurt, but then it twists into anger. You always did this. You always turned everyone against me. You're so jealous that mom and dad actually love me that you can't stand it. I don't even respond. I just watch her, and I think she realizes in that moment that I'm done. Completely done. She turns and runs out the same door my parents left through. Logan's best man, Trey, clears his throat. So, maybe we should take a break? Let everyone cool down? The reception venue is all set up. Food's ready. Drinks are ready. Maybe we just continue this there? I look at Logan. He's looking at me like I'm the only person in the room. What do you want to do? I want to get married, I say. My voice is shaking, but I mean it. I want to marry you. I don't want them to ruin this. He smiles, and it's that smile that made me fall in love with him in the first place. Then, let's get married. The coordinator appears out of nowhere, bless her soul. I can have everyone move to the reception venue in 30 minutes. We can do a small, intimate ceremony there with just your closest family and friends. Would that work? I nod. I'm crying now, but it's not sad crying. It's like relief crying. Yeah, that works. All right, everyone, the coordinator announces. We're taking a 30-minute intermission. Please head to the reception venue. The address is on your invitations. Food and drinks are ready, and we'll have a small ceremony there. Thank you for your patience. People start filing out, but like 20 people stay behind. My aunts, my cousins, Logan's family, our close friends. They're all looking at me with concern. Aunt Helen comes over and wraps me in a hug. I break down completely in her arms. I didn't know. I sob into her shoulder. I didn't know about the money. I thought I just wasn't good enough for them to help me. Oh, honey. Helen pulls back and cups my face. You were always good enough. They're the ones who failed you. Logan's holding my other hand, and his mom comes over with tissues. Sweetheart, do you want to talk before the ceremony? We have time. I shake my head. I want to know everything, but not today. Today I just want to marry Logan. We end up in the bridal suite anyway. Me, Helen, Logan, and a few others. Helen has her phone out. I need to show you something, she says gently. I know this is a lot right now, but you deserve to see the proof. She pulls up a PDF. It's my grandmother's will, and there it is, clear as day. To my granddaughter, I leave the sum of $15,000 to be used exclusively for her college education. I know her parents favor her sister, and I want to ensure she has the opportunities she deserves. I have to sit down. Logan sits next to me, his arm around my shoulders. Your grandmother loved you so much, Helen says. She talked to me about it before she died. She was worried about how your parents treated you versus Brianna. She wanted to make sure you'd be okay. Why didn't you say anything sooner? I ask. Why didn't you tell me? Helen sighs. I tried. I confronted your parents about a year after your grandmother died. I asked them if they'd set up the college fund yet. They said yes, that it was all taken care of. I asked to see the account, and they told me to mind my own business. They threatened to cut me off from family events if I kept pushing. She looks down at her hands. I'm so sorry. I should have fought harder. They threatened others too. My cousin Dan's mom speaks up. We all knew something was off, but anytime any of us tried to ask about your college money, we got shut down. Your dad's the oldest. He basically controls who gets invited to holidays, who gets included. We were scared of losing access to the whole family. I feel like I'm processing this in slow motion. My whole family knew something was wrong, but nobody said anything because they didn't want to rock the boat. Logan's jaw is clenched. That's manipulation. That's control. Yeah, Helen says. And I'm sorry we didn't fight harder. I take a shaky breath. Brianna went to private art school. She had an apartment near campus. I remember visiting once. It was nice. Really nice. That was my money. Helen nods. Every penny. And I worked through high school. Took out loans for community college. Lived at home and paid rent to my parents while Brianna lived rent-free in a 1-bedroom near her campus. Yes. Something clicks in my brain. Wait. My acceptance to state. I got a full scholarship. The only thing we needed to cover was housing. How much was housing? Helen checked something on her phone. According to this, about $8,000 a year back then. So, they had $15,000, which would have covered almost 2 years of housing, and I could have worked part-time for the rest. I look up. I could have gone to state. I could have had the full college experience. But instead, they told me we were too poor, and I stayed home and worked and went to community college while Brianna got to live out her art school dreams with my inheritance. And she dropped out after 2 years, Helen adds quietly. Didn't even finish. Just got bored and quit. So your money didn't even go toward a degree. That's what breaks me completely. I'm sobbing now, ugly crying, and Logan's holding me while I shake. All those years, all those times I thought I wasn't worth investing in, all those times I felt like the failure while Brianna got everything handed to her. It was a lie. It was all a lie built on stolen money. Eventually, I calm down enough to fix my makeup. Logan's sister helps me, and the coordinator peeks her head in. Ready? Yeah, I say. Let's do this. The ceremony at the reception venue is nothing like what we planned. It's in a small room, off to the side, just 40 people crammed in. But it's perfect, because everyone there actually loves us. My cousin Dan walks me down the aisle instead of my dad. He whispers, "I'm honored," and I squeeze his arm. When Logan and I say our vows, I mean every single word. This man saw my family implode and didn't run. He stood next to me and asked the hard questions. He chose me. The reception is actually amazing. People are laughing, eating, dancing. The vibe is lighter somehow, like a weight lifted. Logan and I make a quick speech thanking everyone who stayed and supporting us, and explaining that we're cutting ties with certain family members. The room erupts in applause, and then the stories start. People come up to us throughout the night sharing their own memories of my parents' favoritism. My cousin Jenna tells me about the time she brought me a birthday present, and my parents returned it the next day and bought Brianna something with the store credit. My uncle mentions that my grandmother told him she was worried about leaving me alone with my parents. Person after person after person, all saying they saw it but didn't know how to help. We're halfway through dessert when the coordinator rushes over. Your parents and sister are at the front door. They're demanding to be let in. They're saying they paid for the venue. Logan's dad stands up. I got this. He walks out, and we hear muffled shouting. A few minutes later, he comes back. They're gone. I informed them that my wife and I actually paid for everything after we found out they were using money as a manipulation tactic. They have no claim here. I didn't even know Logan's parents paid. He squeezes my hand. They offered when you told me about how your parents kept threatening to pull funding if you didn't do things their way. We weren't going to let them hold that over you. I don't have words. I just hug my father-in-law and cry into his shoulder. That night, after the reception ends and Logan and I finally get to our hotel room, I check my phone. 17 missed calls from my parents, 12 from Brianna, and texts. So many texts. Brianna's posted on social media. I pull it up. It's a long essay about how she was physically assaulted and humiliated at her sister's wedding. She's painting herself as the victim, saying I've always been jealous of her, that I orchestrated the whole thing because I can't stand that our parents love her more. The post already has comments. Some people are sympathetic, saying things like, "I'm so sorry this happened to you," and "Your sister sounds toxic." But then I scroll down. Multiple wedding guests have posted their own videos and photos. Videos of Brianna in that white dress, walking down my aisle, waving like a beauty queen, photos of her posing at the entrance. Comments start shifting. Wait, you wore white to your sister's wedding? You literally tried to steal her moment. Girl, you got what you deserved. Logan looks over my shoulder. Don't read those. Not tonight. He's right. I put the phone down. Tomorrow will be chaos. But tonight, I'm married to the love of my life, and for the first time in forever, I feel free. I wake up to my phone vibrating nonstop. Texts from relatives I haven't talked to in years. Messages from old family friends. Even people I went to high school with are reaching out. They all saw the posts, the videos, the whole mess. Most of them are supportive, saying things like, "I always knew your parents were harder on you," and "I remember when this happened," and then they share specific stories. Like, really specific stories. My mom's cousin reaches out. "I remember when you won the school spelling bee in 5th grade. Your mom couldn't come because she had to take Brianna to a regular checkup, not even an emergency. Just a routine appointment. I thought it was weird then. My old neighbor, your parents made you give Brianna your birthday presents more than once. I saw it happen at least 3 times when I was over. My high school math teacher, you were one of my best students. I wrote you a recommendation letter for scholarships. Your mother called me and asked me not to send it because you decided to stay local. I thought it was odd, but I respected your choice. Now I wish I'd sent it anyway. The messages keep coming. It's overwhelming." Logan orders room service breakfast, and we sit in bed scrolling through our phones. "This is insane," I mutter. "I had no idea so many people noticed." "They noticed," Logan says. "They just didn't know what to do about it." My phone rings. It's Aunt Helen. I put her on speaker. "I have something else you need to know," she says. "About the money." My stomach drops. "What about it?" "I talked to your grandmother's neighbor last night. She's an old family friend. She told me your grandmother specifically mentioned you in conversations before she died. She was worried about how your parents treated you. She knew they favored Brianna. That's why she left the money just for you. She wanted to make sure you had a chance." I'm crying again. I can't seem to stop crying lately. "There's more," Helen continues. "I have copies of the bank statements. I've been holding on to them for years. The deposit was made into your parents' account 8 years ago. Like I said, within 2 months, large withdrawals started. All of them matching tuition payments and rent for a place near Brianna's art school. I can prove everything. Why are you telling me this now?" I ask. "Because you need to know the truth, all of it. And because if you decide you want to take action, legal or otherwise, you have the documentation." I look at Logan. He nods. "Send them to me." I tell Helen, "I want to see everything." 20 minutes later, my email pings. PDFs of the will, bank statements, even a letter my grandmother wrote to Helen before she died. I open the letter. Helen, I'm worried about my granddaughter. Her parents have always favored Brianna, and I've watched her grow up thinking she's not good enough. She is. She's smart and kind and deserves so much more than they give her. This money is for her education only. Please make sure it's used correctly. If it's not, I need you to tell her the truth. She deserves to know she was loved. Grandma, I can't read the rest through my tears. Logan reads it for me, and by the end, his eyes are wet too. She loved you, he says. She really loved you. Over the next few days, Brianna continues her social media campaign. She's posting every day now. Stories about how she's the real victim, how I've always been jealous, how our parents did their best and I'm being ungrateful. She's spinning a whole narrative where she's the wronged party. But the wedding guests keep posting too. The videos, the photos, the truth. And slowly, Brianna's former friends start distancing themselves. I see it happening in real time. Her comment section goes from supportive to questioning. But why did you wear white? The videos show you walking down the aisle like it was your wedding. This seems like there's more to the story. One of her college friends even comments, I visited your apartment junior year. You told me your parents paid for everything. Was that true? Brianna deletes that comment, but screenshots exist. Someone saved it and shared it in a group chat that I somehow get added to. The receipts are piling up. My parents start texting. At first, it's anger. How dare you embarrass us like this? You owe us an apology. This is unacceptable behavior. Then it shifts to guilt. We only did what we thought was best. Brianna needed more support because of her mental health. You were always so independent. We thought you'd be fine. Then bargaining. Can we please just talk about this? We're family. We need to work through this. Think about the holidays. Do you really want to spend them alone? I block their numbers, both of them. But then Brianna shows up at my apartment. Not our apartment, the one Logan and I moved into after we got engaged. She's crying at the door, pounding on it. Please, I need to talk to you. She sobs through the door. Our parents are so mad at me. They're saying this is all my fault. I need your help. I look through the peephole. She's a mess. Hair uncombed, eyes red and swollen. Part of me feels bad, but then I remember her smirking at me at my chocolate cake party when I was 13. I remember her face when my parents made me give her my doll. I remember every single time she benefited from them treating me like garbage. Go away. Brianna, I say through the intercom. I'm not opening this door. Please. They're mad because I caused drama at your wedding, but it wasn't even my fault. I just wanted to be part of the moment. You wore a white dress and tried to walk down my aisle. It was cream, and I just thought, you thought wrong. Leave. Or I'm documenting this and calling the police for harassment. She stops pounding. I hear her breathing heavily on the other side. You've always hated me, she says, quieter now. Even when we were kids, you were always jealous. No, Brianna, I was never jealous. I was tired of being treated like I didn't matter. There's a difference. But I needed them more than you. You didn't need my inheritance money. You didn't need my birthday presents. You didn't need my achievement parties to be about you. You were just used to getting everything, and they gave it to you. I take a breath. Now leave. She doesn't leave immediately. She sits outside my door for 20 minutes, crying loud enough that I can hear her. My neighbor across the hall comes out and asks if she needs help. Brianna says she's been wrongly accused and thrown out of her family. My neighbor, bless her, says, I saw the wedding videos. You need to leave. Finally, Brianna leaves. Logan gets a call a few hours later. It's my mother. She's calling from a new number. He didn't save her contact, so it got through. I need to talk to her, my mom says. Please, just let me explain. Logan puts her on speaker but doesn't tell her. Explain what? We never meant to hurt her. Brianna has always struggled. She had learning disabilities. She needed extra support. What learning disabilities? Logan asks. Specific ones. My mom hesitates. She had trouble focusing, and her anxiety made school harder. Was she diagnosed with anything? Another pause. Not officially, but we knew. So she didn't have learning disabilities, Logan says flatly. You're making excuses. She needed the money more. My mom's voice rises. Your wife was already working. She was fine with community college. Because you told her you couldn't afford anything else. Logan's angry now. You had $15,000. You lied to her. You stole from her. We didn't steal. We're her parents. We made a choice for our family. You made a choice for Brianna, Logan corrects. You made it using money that wasn't yours to use. Money specifically designated for your other daughter. That's theft. That's also betrayal. If you love her, you'll convince her to forgive us. She needs her family. She has family, Logan says. Me. My parents. Her aunts and uncles and cousins who actually care about her. She doesn't need people who steal from her and then try to make her feel guilty for being upset about it. He hangs up. I'm shaking. Logan pulls me close. I'm sorry, he says. I shouldn't have answered. No, I'm glad you did. I needed to hear that. We blocked that number too. A week later, I start going through old boxes from my childhood. Stuff I'd stored in Logan's parents' garage because I didn't have room in my old apartment. Report cards, award certificates, letters of recommendation from teachers. All the things my parents never celebrated or displayed. Meanwhile, I remember Brianna's room at my parents' house. Her walls covered with ribbons and certificates and photos. Some of them for things she didn't even accomplish. Participation awards, photos from events she attended but didn't win. They were displayed like trophies anyway. But my actual achievements? Hidden in boxes in a garage. I find my acceptance letter to state, full scholarship for academics. They even offered me a spot in the honors program. All I needed was housing. I hold the letter and just stare at it. This could have been my life. Logan's mom finds me sitting on the garage floor crying over papers. Oh, sweetheart. She sits down next to me, not caring about the dust. What's this? I show her the acceptance letter. I forgot I got into honors. I forgot they even offered that. She reads it, and her face gets angry. Properly angry. You should have gone. They said we couldn't afford it, and now you know that was a lie. She puts her arm around me. Listen to me. I know I'm not your mother. I know I can't replace anyone, but I want you to know something. She tilts my chin up to look at her. My husband and I have been setting aside money. We do it for all our kids. It's not a huge amount, but it's there. And if you want to go back to school, we will help you. No strings. No conditions. We'll help because you deserve it. I cry into her shoulder. I seem to be crying a lot these days. I'm 28, I say. Isn't it too late? It's never too late. One of my best friends went back at 45 and got her master's. You're a baby still. I laugh through the tears. Thank you. Don't thank me. Just promise me you'll think about it. I promise. Brianna tries contacting Logan directly through Instagram a few days later. He shows me the messages. Your wife has always been manipulative. I know you don't see it because you love her, but she's turning everyone against me and our parents. She's making us out to be monsters when we only ever tried our best. Please, just talk to her. Tell her to stop punishing us. Tell her family is supposed to forgive. Logan screenshots everything and sends it to me. No response to Brianna, just documentation. She's trying to create a wedge between us, he says. Classic manipulation tactic. Learned from the best, I mutter. My parents do the same thing. We block Brianna on all of Logan's accounts too. 2 weeks after the wedding, my parents try to show up at my workplace. I work in marketing at a mid-sized firm. I'm good at my job. I've been there for 4 years and recently got promoted. My desk phone rings. It's the front desk. Hi, there are 2 people here saying they're your parents? They don't have an appointment, but they're insisting they need to see you. They're being persistent. My stomach drops. Tell them I'm in a meeting. Tell them I'm not available. I did. They're not leaving. They're saying it's urgent. A family emergency. I put them on hold and call my supervisor. I explain the situation, sort of. That family members are here causing a scene and I don't want to see them. My supervisor, Jen, is amazing. She comes with me to the front desk. My parents are there, looking frazzled. My mom's eyes are red. My dad looks angry. When they see me, my mom rushes forward. Honey, please, we need to talk. Jen steps between us. I'm going to need you to leave. If you don't have an appointment, you can't be here. This is a workplace. We're her parents. My dad's voice is too loud for the professional setting. We have every right to see our daughter. Not at her workplace, you don't, Jen says firmly. You need to leave now, or I'm calling security. This is ridiculous. She's being dramatic about something that happened years ago. My dad's getting red in the face. We need to settle this as a family. Sir, I'm asking you to leave. Final warning. Security shows up. 2 guys I recognize from the morning shift. They're polite but firm. My parents are escorted out. My dad's shouting about how I'm destroying the family. My mom's crying. Everyone in the lobby is staring. Jen walks me back to my office and shuts the door. You okay? No, I admit, that was humiliating. That was them being inappropriate, she corrects. Not you. You handled it correctly. You set a boundary. I'm proud of you. She leaves to let me compose myself. 5 minutes later, she emails me. Just so you're aware, I documented what happened and informed building security. If they try to come back, they won't be allowed in. Your safety at work is important. I cry at my desk, but it's grateful crying this time. That night, my parents try a new tactic. They post on social media about how their daughter won't speak to them, how they're heartbroken, how they don't understand what they did wrong. We're praying for our family during this difficult time. Please keep us in your thoughts. The comments start sympathetic, but then relatives start commenting with the truth. Aunt Helen, maybe if you hadn't stolen her inheritance money, she'd talk to you. My uncle, you've been manipulating and favoring one daughter over the other for 28 years. Don't act surprised when there are consequences. My cousin, I watched you make her give Brianna her birthday presents multiple times. Stop playing the victim. The post gets taken down within an hour, but screenshots spread. Brianna loses her part-time job at a boutique. I find out through a mutual Facebook friend. Apparently, the owner saw the wedding videos and decided she didn't want that kind of drama associated with her business. She asked Brianna not to come back. Brianna blames me, posts about how I'm ruining her life, how I've turned everyone against her, how she's losing everything because of my jealousy. But people aren't buying it anymore. The narrative has shifted. She's the entitled sister who wore white to a wedding, tried to steal the spotlight, and grew up getting everything while her sister got nothing. My old high school guidance counselor reaches out via LinkedIn. She pulls up my records and confirms I had a full scholarship offer to state. She remembers my mom calling to say we couldn't afford the housing costs. I remember thinking it was odd because housing wasn't that expensive, but I didn't push. I wish I had. She sends me the records, the scholarship letter, the notes from the phone call with my mom, everything. Logan and I decide to take the high road, sort of. We're not engaging with the drama anymore. We're not responding to texts or posts or manipulations. We're just moving forward. We focus on building our life together. Logan officially adopts the dog I've always wanted, but my parents never let me have because Brianna claimed she was allergic. She wasn't. We confirmed this with her doctor later. She just didn't want a dog in the house. The dog is a golden retriever mix named Charlie. He's perfect. My mom sends one final desperate text from a new number. Please, can we just meet for coffee? I stare at the text for a long time. Logan waits, letting me decide. I don't want a relationship with people who stole from me. I finally say. Who lied to me for years? Who made me feel worthless so they could prop up my sister? I don't want that in my life. Then don't, Logan says simply. You don't owe them forgiveness just because they're family. I text back. I'm not interested in a relationship with you. You stole my future. You lied for 8 years. You favored Brianna my entire life and made me believe I wasn't worth investing in. That's not something I can move past. Please stop contacting me. I block the number. Brianna moves back in with my parents after losing her apartment. According to Aunt Helen, who still talks to my mom occasionally, the household is toxic. Constant fighting. My parents blame Brianna for exposing them at the wedding. Brianna blames them for not supporting her enough afterward. Everyone's miserable, and nobody's taking responsibility. I don't feel bad. Aunt Helen sends me one more thing. The contact information for my grandmother's estate lawyer. He's retired now, but he agrees to meet with me. He confirms the will, confirms the money was supposed to go to me specifically for education, and he apologizes for not following up when my parents said they were using it correctly. I trusted them, he says. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. I leave his office with a folder full of documents and a weird sense of closure.